The Admiral's voice booms across the dining facility. "So what's your rank?" "Civilian." He's grinning, mocking. The man at the table doesn't answer, just sits there, calm. His 8-year-old daughter points at the Admiral. "That's the mean man, Daddy." Every naval officer in the room freezes, because Daddy just stood up, and he's wearing 2 stars, Major General, U.S. Army Special Operations Command. The Admiral's face goes white. The Admiral thought he was mocking some random contractor. Wrong. He's facing Major General Marcus Webb, commander of Joint Special Operations Task Force, the man who oversees SEAL Team 6 operations, the man who can end a naval officer's career with one phone call, and his daughter just identified him as the mean man. What happens next will destroy the Admiral's career in under 60 seconds. This is exactly the kind of military respect story our subscribers ask for every week. If you want more real moments like this, you know what to do. Now back to how this started. But 20 minutes earlier, Admiral Richard Carver had no idea who was sitting at that table. Naval Amphibious Base Coronado, main dining facility. Lunch rush. Carver enters with his staff, SEALs, officers, all in dress whites, showing off. He spots a man in civilian clothes, olive army shirt, sitting with a little girl, eating chicken nuggets. Easy target. Webb, Major General, off-duty, visiting San Diego. Promised his daughter Emma a day at the base, showing her where Daddy works. Simple lunch, quiet moment. Then Carver approaches, loud, arrogant, addresses the room more than Webb. "We got civilians wandering into military spaces now?" His staff laughs. Emma looks up, confused, scared. Carver stands over their table. "Sir, this is a military dining facility. Are you authorized to be here?" Webb's voice is quiet. "Yes." Carver grins. "What's your affiliation?" "Contractor." "Civilian employee." Webb cuts a piece of chicken for Emma. "Military." Carver laughs. "Military. Sure. So what's your rank?" Webb looks up, gray eyes, cold. "Do you really want to know?" Carver's grin widens. "Yeah, I really do." Webb doesn't answer immediately, just looks at Emma. She's stopped eating, uncomfortable. "Daddy, why is that man being mean?" Webb's jaw tightens. "Ma, why don't you finish your nuggets?" The girl nods, goes back to eating. Webb stands slowly, doesn't introduce himself, just waits. Carver's enjoying this, playing to his audience. "Come on, tell us, what rank? Private, specialist, or did you wash out of basic?" Webb's voice stays calm. "Admiral, I suggest you walk away." Carver's eyes widen mockingly. "Admiral, you know I'm an admiral, so you do know military ranks. That's good. Now tell me yours." Webb reaches into his pocket, slowly, pulls out his military ID, slides it across the table. Carver picks it up, glances at it. His grin freezes, face strains of color. The ID drops from his hand, clatters on the table. Major General Marcus Webb, U.S. Army, Special Operations Command, 2 stars, 26 years service. Current assignment, Commander, Joint Special Operations Task Force. Carver's mouth opens, closes. No words. Webb's voice is cold. "Now, Admiral, do you want to continue this conversation, or would you prefer to walk away before this gets worse?" Emma speaks up. "Daddy, is that the mean man?" Webb looks at his daughter. "Yes, sweetheart, that's him." Emma points at Carver. "Why is he mean?" Webb doesn't break eye contact with Carver, because some people think their rank makes them better than everyone else. They forget about respect, about manners, about treating people with dignity, especially in front of children. Carver tries to recover. "Sir, I didn't know. I apologize." Webb's voice doesn't soften. "You didn't know because you didn't ask. You saw civilian clothes and made assumptions. Same way you probably make assumptions about contractors, enlisted, anyone you think is beneath you." Carver's staff is backing away slowly, embarrassed, ashamed. "This is bad, really bad." A voice from across the room. General Webb, a naval captain, approaches, quickly, respectfully. "Captain James Morrison, SEAL Team 3. Sir, I apologize for this. This shouldn't have happened." Webb nods. Captain Morrison looks at Carver. "Admiral, perhaps you should." Carver finds his voice. Yes, I should go." He turns to leave. Webb speaks. "Admiral." Carver stops, turns back. "Yes, sir?" Webb's voice is quiet. deadly. My daughter is 8 years old. This is her first visit to a military base. I wanted to show her what honor looks like, what respect looks like, what service means. Instead, she just learned that some officers use their rank to bully people, to make themselves feel important, to humiliate others for entertainment. So let me ask you, is that the example you want to set? Is that the kind of leader you think you are? Carver's face is red. Humiliated. No, sir. Webb continues. I work with Navy SEALs every day. Good men, professional warriors. They execute missions I design, missions that save lives, and every single one of them shows more respect in 1 hour than you've shown in this entire interaction. So when I write my report about this incident, and I will write the report, I'll make sure to mention that the contrast between SEALs I respect and Admirals I don't. What General Webb does next will end the Admiral's career. If you're enjoying these real military moments of justice and respect, hit subscribe now. Next week's story is even more intense. Now here's what happened. The room is silent. Everyone watching. Carver tries one more time. Sir, please, let me apologize properly. Let me make this right. Webb sits back down, looks at Emma. Sweetheart, are you done eating? Emma nods. Can we go, Daddy? Yes, we can go. Webb stands, picks up their trays, looks at Morrison. Captain, thank you for your professionalism. Morrison nods. Sir. Webb and Emma walk out. Every person in the room watches them leave. No one moves, no one speaks. Carver stands there, frozen. Morrison speaks quietly. Sir, you need to know something. General Webb commands the task force that oversees all DevCrew operations. Every SEAL Team 6 mission goes through him. He reports directly to SOCOM. And you just. Morrison doesn't finish. Doesn't need to. Carver knows. He's destroyed his career, his reputation, everything, in front of witnesses, with the general's daughter watching. The next day, Carver receives orders. Report to Naval Special Warfare Command. Immediately, he arrives, gets escorted to a conference room. 3 admirals waiting. One speaks. Admiral Carver, we've received a formal complaint from Major General Webb, U.S. Army Special Operations Command, regarding your conduct yesterday. Carver sits silent. The Admiral continues. General Webb's report is detailed, specific, and damning. You mocked him in front of his 8-year-old daughter, questioned his authorization, demanded his rank, all while he was off duty, in civilian clothes, having lunch with his child. Carver tries to defend himself. Sir, I didn't know who he was. The Admiral's voice is sharp. That's not the defense. That's the problem. You saw someone you perceived as beneath you and chose to humiliate them. The fact that he turned out to be a 2-star general makes it worse. But even if he'd been a contractor or civilian employee, your behavior was unacceptable. We don't treat people like that, especially not in front of children. Another admiral speaks. General Webb could have pressed this harder, could have filed official charges. Instead, he's giving us the opportunity to handle it internally, on one condition. Carver looks up. What condition? You're removed from command, immediately, reassigned, desk job, and you undergo mandatory leadership training, remedial, like a junior officer. Carver's voice breaks. Sir, that will destroy my career. The Admiral nods. Yes, it will, but it's better than court-martial. Take the offer. 6 months later, Carver sits in a Pentagon office, shuffling papers. No command, no respect, no future. His career is over. All because he mocked a man in civilian clothes, a man sitting with his daughter, a man who turned out to be a major general. The kind of mistake you don't recover from. And somewhere in North Carolina, General Webb sits at dinner with Emma. She's telling him about school, about friends, about life. He's listening, smiling, being dad, not general, just dad. Emma pauses. Daddy? Yes, sweetheart. Remember that mean man at the base? Webb nods. I remember. Emma's face is serious. You didn't yell at him, you just talked. Webb smiles, because yelling doesn't teach lessons. Actions do. Consequences do. That man learned more from losing his career than he ever would have from me shouting. Emma thinks about this. So, being nice is better than being mean, even when people are mean to you? Webb nods. Especially then, because when you respond with dignity, with calm, with control, You show who you really are. You show character. And character is what matters, not rank, not power. Character. Emma smiles. I get it. Good. Now finish your vegetables. Years pass. Webb retires. Full general. 3 stars. 30 years service. His career is legendary, but he doesn't talk about operations. Doesn't tell war stories. When asked about his proudest moment, he tells one story, about a dining facility, about an arrogant admiral, about his daughter watching, about teaching a lesson in real time, about showing Emma what real leadership looks like, not by rank, not by power, but by dignity, respect, control. That's the story he tells. That's the lesson that mattered. Because warriors aren't defined by how they treat equals. They're defined by how they treat everyone, especially when no one's watching, especially when they don't have to. That's when character shows. And Major General Marcus Webb had character, more than most, more than enough. Stories like General Webb's prove that real leadership isn't about rank or power, it's about respect and dignity, even when others don't deserve it. If you want more real military stories like this one, hit that subscribe button now. We post new stories every week. Next week, a Navy SEAL admiral walks into a small-town diner and notices a waitress with bruises. What he does next shocks the entire town. You don't want to miss it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next story.